Fire is needed by the newcomer whose knees are frozen. Food and clothes are needed by the person who has traveled over the mountains. What do you do when a stranger comes seeking wisdom? What do you do when a stranger swallows their pride and says, I need help? Well, I'll tell you what I did. Welcome back to the Everyday Drengr. Welcome back to the Everyday Drengr, guys. I'm Einar, and if this is your first time here, think of this as like going to your buddy's house, cracking open a cold one, sitting on the porch and just having a heart to heart. I think I'll be one of many voices in this chorus who says this, but TikTok is fucking crazy. It is full of incredibly insane people who any semblance of intelligence, common sense, and social grace kind of just goes out the window when a camera starts rolling. And this is especially true in spiritual spaces. Now, this won't be a discussion of pagan spirituality. This won't be a discussion of the gods and all those things that come with being a Norse pagan. Instead, this will come with what it felt like to have a truly eye-opening experience when a stranger asked me for help. A couple of days ago, I get a message from somebody on TikTok, and naturally, it's within pagan spaces, so it started out with, hello, brother. I digress. When I first got to Norse talk, Norse pagan spaces on social media, I was an irritating, self-serving pain in the ass who wanted nothing more than to nip at the heels of people who caused drama, and I didn't realize at the time that I was becoming part of the problem. And while I have made friends, I've found love because of TikTok. Like I said at the top of this thing, TikTok's a crazy fucking place. I think it's really important to understand, though, that not everybody on spiritual spaces and social media is out exclusively for themselves. Not everybody is consistently looking out for number one and will do anything to step on the backs of others to get ahead. Had a guy send me a message telling me he's seeing things in his community that's like watching a knife be dragged across the throat of our faith. And I had to understand and take a step back that I had to give this person a small degree of grace here because dramatic presentation is stupidly prevalent. And we sat down and I asked him what was going on. Said that there were people in his community not doing what they should be doing, not following their blood oaths. Just this disjointed mess of shit. And it eventually turned to one person is drinking excessively and he is an ugly, angry drunk. I'm like, okay. So let me ask you a question then. I said, these people that you're observing, are they directly involved with you off this platform? Are they directly involved in your real life? took him almost 10 minutes to answer. And when he told me no, and he told me that it was on social media and that how angry he was at having seen these things, I sort of felt my jaw hit the floor because it felt like I wasn't talking to another person. It felt like I was talking to myself. And I asked him, then what are you intent upon doing? He said he was going to come at this with wisdom and pray to the gods. And I said, no, 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 no. I asked him, what is his definition of community? I said, more importantly, to these people who you're observing that's upsetting you, are they part of your community? And he told me no. And I thought to myself that instead of being angry at these things that you're seeing, especially if it's in another community leader, look at it not as something to lament and rage against, but rather something to be constructive about, to turn around and build better walls, build safer space. Let that rage be channeled into something truly creative and constructive. And I said that there is absolutely nothing wrong with being compassionate. There's nothing wrong with having a heart. There's nothing wrong with understanding that negative behavior affects everybody. There is something wrong, however, when you permit the behavior of others who are adjacent to you to affect your community, to affect the people who love you, support you, and uplift you. And he thanked me, and we went about our separate ways. And I've been thinking about this conversation for days and days now, and it kind of blows my mind at how far I've come. And at the same time, I felt like I met somebody who was me 5 years ago. It felt like I was looking directly at myself 5 years younger. And this isn't a way of me to toot my own horn here, but with whatever lumps I've taken, whatever knocks I've gotten, I am very proud of who I am today. And I think that's a very important lesson for us to take. Be proud of who you are. Start to slowly deprogram the negative thoughts about yourself out of your head. And instead of thinking about them negatively, think about it like that was who I was yesterday. That was who I was a week ago. Who I was then is not who I am now. And eventually, with that mindset, you're going to gradually slip away into a state of being a person that you years ago would never recognize. And that's another thing that I want to touch on today. Because episode 2 is also super duper unscripted. Community is incredibly important in heathenry, but community and feeling like you belong and feeling like you have a purpose is also so very important outside of faith. I've lost friends and over stupid, stupid shit. And while I admit that these arguments could be ended and these stalemates broken with just a simple, hey, let's talk, nobody's willing to break the stalemate. And instead of engaging in back and forth social media drama, I miss my friends. Yeah. I miss the people who used to call me brother, used to call me their big brother, and I don't hate them, but I don't see my life maintaining a good course with them still a part of my life under the current set of circumstances. And I want to tell my guys out there, my trans brothers, my explorers of masculinity, that it's okay to feel these things, that mourning the loss of a friend, whether they've died or whether they've left your life entirely, is okay. Just don't let it consume you. Because at the end of the day, when that petal falls off the flower and that friend showed the quality of their character, the people who are still in your life, however spotty communication is, because adult life sucks like that sometimes, those are your friends. Those are your family. That is your community. And there are two people out there for me who I owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to because they've been by my side pretty damn constantly for 3 years, and I feel as though I am a better person because of them. And that's also something that this is about, is the uplifting of not only my dudes, my trans brothers, everybody out there who wants to deepen their experience in masculinity, but it's about uplifting the people who have uplifted you. It's about understanding that if you have the ability to repay that love and repay that kindness, you do it. Because reciprocity is so very, very important. It's all the time we have for episode 2 of the Everyday Drengr. This, so far, has been a lot of fun, and I haven't hit any major bumps in the road that have made me feel particularly uncomfortable. Tune in every Tuesday at 7 a.m. for all talks like this. For just to sit down, crack open a cold drink, let's chat. Remember, my friends, keep the fires burning.